Hi everyone, this is Kendall Farnum at India Hook United Methodist Church. I'm trying this again. I recorded stories earlier and apparently deleted the whole thing because I tried to trim it a little bit. This didn't work very well. So let's try again with what we've got today. Our first book is called Olivia, and this Olivia appears to be a little pig. She's wearing a nice red dress and some black and white striped tights. So here we go. I feel a little silly, I have to confess. But here we go. This is Olivia. She is good at a lot of things. The little book she's holding there says 40 very loud songs. That sounds like something I would also be good at. She is very good at wearing people out. And here is Olivia doing a whole bunch of things. She's got a yo-yo and a ball, and she's jumping and dancing and jump roping over here. She even wears herself out. And there's Olivia falling on the floor. Olivia has a little brother named Ian. He's always copying. Sometimes Ian just won't leave her alone, so Olivia has to be firm. Also frightening, I'm thinking. She's got a little paper bag face over herself. Olivia lives with her mother, her father, her brother, her dog Perry, and Edwin the cat. In the morning after she gets up and moves the cat and brushes her teeth and combs her ears and moves the cat, Olivia gets dressed. She has to try on everything. And here she is trying on everything. You can see she apparently likes red quite a lot. So I see a lot of things that are red that Olivia is trying on. I know there's a little glare on this page, so I'm trying to get it where you can see it. On sunny days, Olivia likes to go to the beach. She feels it's important to come prepared. So she's got her flippers on, and she's got arm floaties and earplugs, it looks like. Last summer, when Olivia was little, her mother showed her how to make sand castles. She got pretty good. And here's Olivia's sand castle, and this, oops, I'm going the wrong way. You can see how tall it is. That's the Empire State Building, I do believe, which is a very tall, very, very famous building in New York City. It looks like that. Sometimes Olivia likes to bask in the sun. When her mother sees that she's had enough, they go home. You can see Olivia's pretty sunburned here. Every day, Olivia is supposed to take a nap. It's time for your you-know-what, her mother says. Of course, Olivia is not at all sleepy. So she's jumping around again. On rainy days, Olivia likes to go to the museum. She heads straight for her favorite picture, and here is her favorite picture. Olivia looks at it for a long time. What could she be thinking? And here we see what Olivia is thinking is that she's the one on the stage who's the star, and she's wearing a sparkly tiara there. She's imagining she's the opera star. That book was about an opera star. Sorry, not the book in the painting, I mean. Nope, sorry, I've got it all wrong. I'm getting ahead of myself. The painting is about ballet dancers. And she's dreaming that she's the ballet dancer. Okay, there we go. I got ahead of the story, sorry. But there is one painting Olivia just doesn't get. I could do that in about 5 minutes, she says to her mother. As soon as she gets home, she gives it a try. And Olivia has painted on the wall with black and red. And there's her mom looking a little less than pleased. Time out. Olivia's sitting on the stairs here. Got paint on herself. After a nice bath and a nice dinner, it's time for bed. But of course, Olivia's not at all sleepy. Only 5 books tonight, Mommy, she says. No, Olivia, just 1. How about 4? 2? 3? Oh, all right, 3. But that's it. Okay, now here's the book about an opera star, Maria Callas. is a famous opera star. So there we are. When they've finished reading, Olivia's mother gives her a kiss and says, "You know, you really wear me out, but I love you anyway." And Olivia gives her a kiss back and says, "I love you anyway, too." And now Olivia is dreaming that she's the opera star and she's singing and she's got the microphone and the music and she's doing that. There we go. Sorry, I jumped ahead there. And that is the end of our story about Olivia. This next book is called Thunder Horse. It's got a beautiful picture of a horse with wings and a girl who's riding on the horse. This book is by an author named Eve Bunting, who has written over 200 books for young readers. And this is quite lovely. And it's the first time I've read this, too. My Aunt Eldora gave me a tiny horse, no bigger than a puppy. He was pure white and perfect in every way. "Where did you get him?" I asked. "On a hidden Greek island," she said. "I brought him home for you because I know how you like wondrous things." Do you know anyone who likes wondrous things? I absolutely like wondrous things. She smoothed the mane of the tiny horse, and he gave a soft whinny. I stared, goofy-eyed. "He's for me? Will he get bigger?" "Yes, he will grow and change. And when he does, he will want to leave. He's a magical creature. You cannot own magic, but he will feel your love, and that will keep him with you for a while." I looked into his eyes and whispered, "I love you already." "What shall I call him?" I asked. "Don't name him yet. His name will come to you," she said. As always, Aunt Eldora explained nothing. She left the next day as quietly as she'd come. Dad shook his head. "She's like Quicksilver. There's no way to keep hold of her." My mother got a carrot, and I grated it for my little horse. He ate from my hand and drank milk water from a dish. I let him lie in bed beside me. Sometimes he kicked his legs and made strange sounds as if he were dreaming. Then I'd hold his little hoof, stroke him, and sing, "Tura-lura-lura," the lullaby my mom used to sing to me. One night, as I was petting him, I discovered that he had tiny nubs on his shoulders. They might have been horns, but they weren't. We bought a collar and leash for him, and he and I went on walks. People stopped to wonder at him. By the third week, I noticed that the nubs were growing. The hair on them was not smooth but layered like beautiful white feathers. The week after, it was easy to see that my little horse was growing wings. A winged horse! My parents were astounded. "I should have guessed," Dad said. "Trust Eldora to bring you something so strange, but wondrous." I took my horse to school for sharing. My teacher, Miss Chalmers, was agog. A winged horse! She took a book of Greek myths from her shelf. She sat on the edge of her desk and read us the story of Pegasus, the winged thunder horse who lived in the palace of the Greek god Zeus. "He became part of a beautiful constellation of stars," she said. "Look up in the night sky and you can see him." That's when I knew what his name had to be, Pegasus, my thunder horse. That night I tried to find him in the sky, but I couldn't pick him out. There weren't enough stars. Pegasus ate oats and hay and horse vitamins and apples and carrots, just like a regular horse. He loved the Greek yogurt Mom bought in Joe's Market. Soon his wings were as long as my arms. Sometimes he moved them up and down as if exercising them. I worried that our apartment was becoming too small for him. At night now he slept beside my bed, not in it. I couldn't walk him on the leash anymore, but he trotted next to me when we went to the empty lot behind our building. I watched as he ran round and round, snorting, flexing his long, graceful wings, and I was always happy and relieved when he came back to me. What my aunt had said worried me. He had grown and changed. Would he leave? One day, as I invited him to finish his last run, he knelt down in front of me and whinnied. He was inviting me to ride him. My heart beat fast as I climbed on his back, and we soared above our building, above the corner gas station, above Joe's Market, above my school. Wind whipped my hair. Birds flew close enough for me to touch. Clouds draped themselves around Pegasus' head. Riding him was like riding through a dream. When we came back to Earth, I felt wrapped in magic. Every day after that, we went skyriding. My arms clung tight around his neck. My legs seemed to power along with him, but underneath, like a stomach ache, was always the worry. Then one night, as we lay side by side on the grass, he did not invite me to ride. Instead, he laid his cheek close to mine. He had never done that before, and I knew. I knew the time had come. My chest hurt. "It's all right," I whispered. "I understand. Thank you for staying with me for so long." He looked at me as if he were telling me something, then spread his wings, looked back once, and was gone. I watched as he rose up, up, till he was only a snow speck in the sky. That's when I cried. "I've never seen so bright a shooting star," my father said. "It must be a comet." I stared as it streaked across the sky and wondered. Pegasus! On that night, and on many others, when a special comet flashes through the dark of the sky, I lie in bed, waiting for the snorting outside my window. When I open it, he's there, all a glimmer, shining and beautiful. I climb on his back and we soar above the city. We chase the stars, we cross the moon, we ride the shadows. The nights are our secret. My aunt had said my love would keep him for a while. It did. And maybe, just maybe, my love is what brings him back. So you see, there they are riding. There's a beautiful picture of them flying through the sky, and there's got the moon over there. Quite lovely. And that is the end. And there's a little bit of a hint of how the constellation Pegasus looks. I'll try to put a link in the comments with some information about Pegasus. Our last book today is called The Friendly Beasts. And this is one we read for our Christmas Eve service for kids. But it's quite a lovely tale. It's an Old English Christmas carol, so this is a song as well. These are illustrations by Tommy DePaula, another famous illustrator, author type of person. So here we go. Here's just a picture to start. Let's see, I'm trying to get it so you can see everything. I'm failing. There we go. Jesus our brother, strong and good, was humbly born in a stable rude, and the friendly beasts around him stood. Jesus our brother, strong and good. "I," said the donkey, shaggy and brown, "I carried his mother up hill and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town." "I," said the donkey, shaggy and brown. And there's a picture. There's Mary and Joseph riding to Bethlehem, and there's Mary on that donkey. "I," said the cow, all white and red, "I gave him my manger for his bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I," said the cow, all white and red. There's the cow's manger. There's all the cow's hay there. And here's a picture, and there's the cow. And there's Mary and Joseph and the manger. And can't see if the baby's in there yet or not, but maybe. Baby Jesus. "I," said the sheep with curly horn, "I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I," said the sheep with curly horn. And we got a shepherd here as well, and there's our sheep who's come to visit, and another lad, and there, I think now the baby's in there. There's Mary and Joseph and the manger. "I," said the dove from rafters high, "I cooed him to sleep so he would not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my mate and I. I," said the dove from rafters high. Here's the picture, Mary and Joseph, and the doves are up here, and some ladies have come to visit the baby and worship baby Jesus. And every beast by some good spell in the stable dark was glad to tell of the gift he gave Emmanuel, the gift he gave Emmanuel. Emmanuel is another name for Jesus, and it means God with us, because Jesus is the Son of God born to us. So Emmanuel is a word to help us remember that, another name for Jesus. And there's some of the visitors for Jesus and the animals who are there who helped. And they are all here to worship baby Jesus. And that is what Christmas is for, Jesus born to earth to come for each of us. Thank you so much for being with me today. Have a wonderful rest of Christmas. It is 12 days, so there are 11 more days of the Christmas season, and we'll do stories again next Saturday. Bye-bye.